Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be how are you viewed right now. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So how are you viewed right now? I feel like you're coming through as someone who set very clear boundaries and you're not tolerating any toxicity. With this Five of Wands and then you were drawn here to this karmic clearing, I feel like people, for some of you, I feel like you're viewed as someone who will cut people off or has cut certain people off because they're no longer healthy or conducive for you to be around or for your energy. Yeah, with King of Swords, I feel as though you have no trouble walking away or, letting go of those who just aren't on your frequency. I feel like you can do it though in a way, people feel as well, you're viewed in a way where nothing can affect you, because I'm looking at this person and it's like they've climbed to the top of the mountain here and there's this golden orb of light and it's like nothing can kind of get into your energy field, or people aren't able to get a rise out of you. I feel like as well you're viewed as someone who's very resilient and has overcome the odds. And it's almost like you're coming towards success, right? This journey that you've been on, you've been able to cultivate your own success, or you've been able to successfully let go of or navigate the people, the situations, the energies that don't serve you moving forward. People may be also viewing you as someone who's all about your coin and financial or stability in general, right? Like I feel like you're protecting your future, you're protecting your peace, and you may be right now saving or building up your finances. This could also be linked to building, a stable career, a stream of income, a business. There's something here around really focusing on, money, career, stability. And with a magician, I feel like you're viewed as someone that can create something from nothing, that you have the Midas touch, you may be seen as an alchemist. Some of you as well with Nine of Pentacles are seen as someone who can take the initiative. You have no trouble like starting a project, starting a business. You don't wait on other people to kind of, lead you forward, I want to say. It's like you've got that momentum within yourself and you may be very motivating and you may motivate and inspire others. Because with this King of Swords and Seven of Coins as well, I'm getting this energy where you're very selective of who and where you invest your energy. It's like you're not investing in just anyone, or you're not allowing just anyone into your life, into your mind, into your energy field. People may also view you as someone who's very difficult to access or contact. Again, I'm getting the feeling for some of you, you've literally cut certain people off or set boundaries with certain individuals to protect your peace, and I just heard to protect your future. Some of you as well may be protecting your own, like the abundance that you're building, your success. I also feel like you're viewed as someone who's very focused on self-love with the Magician and the Ace of Cups. You're viewed as someone who can fill up your own cup, who doesn't need someone else to feel okay, who doesn't look to others for answers. It's like you have all of that within yourself. Yeah, you're seen as very abundant. With Two of Swords as well, it's like no one can get you in your head anymore or have you in a place of indecision. It's almost like you've been able to cut through, I want to say, the fog, or for some of you it could have been like manipulation or just energies that didn't serve you. I feel like you can see through people's intentions, and it's like you're quick to move away from these type of people and energy. I also feel like you are someone that is able to kind of buffer or protect your mind. And what I mean by that, it's like if you have an idea or you have a path for yourself, you won't allow other people to kind of, leave you doubting yourself or have you, get off that path, right? You know how to keep moving ahead or keep walking in the direction that feels aligned for you. I also feel like you're viewed as someone who changes a lot or who has no trouble changing themselves, changing their lives. Okay, your first oracle, you have earth and air, stabilization, physical integration, mental clearing. Yeah, I said you may be viewed as someone who's very focused on your stability, but with mental clearing, you may be viewed as someone who's not really thinking about the people you cut off, because I feel like for some of you with that Five of Wands, there may have been people who were bringing toxicity or chaos into your life or into your energy, and it's like you've set boundaries with them or you've cut them off, and I feel like you've been able to move forward freely, where it's like they don't affect your mind's, they don't affect your mind or your life's trajectory. They feel like they have no power or influence over you. And you also have creation. Unique expression, flow of creation, joyfulness. Yeah, I feel like you're really focused on your joy, your well-being, what you want to build for yourself. It's like you're not entertaining or allowing naysayers or those who try to, leave you feeling as though you can't do something or you're not capable or worthy of the best. I feel like you've upped your standards as well. People are saying that you've raised the bar or you've raised your standards, especially on interpersonal connections. Again, balance. Cracking open, deep healing, balancing karma, and you literally have karmic clearing with this King of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you've learnt your lessons and you've cut off or ended karmic patterns, habits, belief systems, people. It's like you're not entertaining it anymore. I also feel like with balance, after clearing certain karmic connections or having balanced this karma, it's like you're in a place where your energy is perceived and feeling as though it's very balanced. Balanced and stable. But again, you're seen as someone who's and you're viewed as someone who's very resilient, that you've come through a storm, where you've been able to navigate a storm and certain difficulties that I feel primarily other people brought to you. You have not all wander as a loss, clearing the way, luck, opportunity. Okay, so with this, again, you are viewed as someone who's very lucky, but again, you're viewed as someone who's created your own luck through how you've navigated certain situations. But for some of you, you may have a lucky break when it comes to something you have created or you're expressing, especially with this Nine of Pentacles. I see a lot of abundance for you. So it could be, again, through a project, through the arts, through a business endeavor, but you are seen as someone who's very lucky and has the Midas touch. You also have leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Yeah, you're also seen as a risk taker, but in a positive way, right? Like a calculated risk, or it's like you'll take a risk when your intuition guides you to do so. You're seen as someone as well, though, when you take a leap of faith, things work out for you or things go really well. You have Mother Mary with expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. You're also seen as someone who has a lot of faith, and that's why you can take a leap of faith, or that's why you're not afraid to kind of jump in, express yourself, create something new. Okay, you have Gaia with resilient spirit. Earth connection, stay rooted in trust and faith. Okay, so you literally have faith here as well. Yeah, I feel like people feel as though you kind of march to a higher, a higher path, a higher timeline. They see source spirit working through your life. It's very clear that you're following this higher, this higher frequency. So you may be perceived or viewed right now as someone that has a very high vibration, but you may also be perceived as someone who's somewhat misunderstood, because other people may feel like you're on a completely different path than they are, or the way you navigate your path is completely different to them. You have Jesus with acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you, with Nine of Pentacles. I feel like with this card as well, there's a sense here of you working very closely with, you have Jesus and Mother Mary. So for some of you, you may have a connection to both of those ascended masters, but there's a sense here as well of you may pray frequently, you may meditate, you're very connected to those higher realms, and you are focused on the greater good. I feel, with this acts of service and Gaia. For some of you, you've created something or you're in the process of creating something that not only brings a lot of abundance for you, but I feel like it helps others, it helps the collective. You also have here celestial assistance, angelic messages, guidance, enlightenment. Again, it's like you're seen as someone who you may be seen literally as an angel or an earth angel, but it's like you are tuned in to a much higher frequency. And it's like the divine operates and flows to you and through you. You have illumination, expression, positivity and joy, inspiration, and you have this with joyfulness and creation. So again, very creative, very enlightened, illuminated, you bring really good energy into every room you enter. I also feel you may be someone who's very joyful, or you may be someone who really adds joy to the lives of other people. And with illumination as well, it's like there's something about your light and your frequency that's really powerful. I just heard as well, like people can feel you before they see you, energetically speaking. So it's like you just have this effect on others, right? Like you can kind of light them up or motivate them or inspire them. And with that Smokey quartz as well, there's a really strong energy that you've been able to purify, I want to say, the darkness or difficult energies and emotions. Okay, you also had here standstill with this balancing karma. So people may view you as someone who's moving forward now, or you're coming out of a period where you may have appeared either stuck or stagnant while you were in a healing phase. Because I feel like there was a period where you had to maybe set boundaries or cut off certain people or individuals while you kind of healed or cleared certain karmic patterns, and now you're moving. And you have a lot of abundance coming your way. So you're seen as, again, very lucky, very fortunate, prosperous. There's a lot of really beautiful energies here for you. You also had 5 of Wands, and you have 5, 23, which breaks down to a 5 and 5. So 5, 5, 5, 5. I feel like change, people view you as someone where change is always working in your favor. Things are changing for your highest good, or you know when as well to kind of cut your losses, make a change, move on. Like you're not someone as well that can stay stuck, or it's like people can't get you in your head to prevent you from moving forward. And you had patience. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now, help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. So you're seen, number one, as someone, or you're viewed as someone who's very patient, and you've been patient with yourself and this journey, and it's really, bearing fruit now, it's paying off. You're also seen as someone who has accepted yourself or accepted the past and what has happened, and that's actually what has enabled you to liberate yourself from the past and to change the trajectory of your life. It's like you don't force things. You know that in order to really create lasting change, you have to move and flow with the energy rather than resist it. And you have courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. And that's how people view you, as someone who is constantly listening to, spirit, the universe, the divine within, as it guides you on your path. And I feel like you're seen as someone who will take a leap of faith, or you have the courage to take a risk or put yourself out there, especially when you feel as though it's aligned with your spiritual purpose or path, or as though, the universe, God, source is guiding you in that direction. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be an element at times of people viewing you in a way where you're misunderstood because they can't always fully understand or comprehend the way that you live your life, because it may look drastically different to how they live or to how they navigate certain challenges or difficulties. It's almost like, you may look like you're marching to the beat of your own drum, or it's like your life is operating on a higher octave where there's much, because you're in a higher frequency, you have this capacity to attract miracles, blessings, opportunities, things that just may appear to flow to you. But again, it's coming in because of who you are internally and who you've become. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hey group 2, so how are you viewed right now? You're viewed as a master alchemist. I feel with this devil energy and judgment and the Queen of Swords, I feel like you have the capacity to, I want to say, cut off toxicity, negativity, but not just externally based. I feel like it's almost like you've mastered energies within yourself. For some of you, you may have done a lot of shadow work. It's like you've successfully overcome fear. If there were certain fears you had about yourself, about your life path, I feel like you've been able to heal them, clear that energy, and move forward. So you're seen as someone who has definitely mastered themselves, or there's an element here of, success starts within self, right? It starts within your mindset, starts within your self-perception. People see you as someone that can really navigate as well difficult energies, a difficult consciousness, and land on your feet. They almost may feel like when they look at you, they feel as though you know how to turn fate in your hands. It's like taking something that may be difficult or dark or fearful and turning it into, say, the 10 of Cups. Again, I keep hearing the phrase alchemy for this group. Yeah, and I feel like you may be viewed as someone who lives on a very high frequency, or you have a really beautiful, powerful energy. I also feel like you're seen as someone who's very empowered, who knows what they want. You're also viewed as someone who's a leader with this King of Wands, a leader, a visionary. I feel like as well, I just heard like people can't play mind games with you. There's something about your energy where I feel like you may see through people, because I'm looking at this person and their stare, it's like it gazes straight into their soul. So you're viewed as someone who potentially has beautiful eyes, but also you're someone who's very perceptive. You don't miss a beat, you can see things very clearly, and they can't really get one over on you. And with that Queen of Swords and Three of Wands, you're seen as someone who's always elevating. You're growth oriented, you're always moving towards success, positivity. You're also seen as someone that has a bright future. With King of Wands, 10 of Cups, I'm hearing that song. It's like a childhood song. He's got the whole world in his hands. That's what I'm getting. It's like you have the world is your oyster. You have the world at your fingertips. For some of you, you're seen as someone who's very talented. With Page of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and King of Wands, it's almost like you know how to use your gifts and talents and skills to cultivate or carve a beautiful future for yourself. So you're seen as well as someone that can turn nothing into everything, or you know how to find the frequency and energy within yourself and allow that to then lead you into a beautiful future. You're seen as someone as well that has a really big destiny or purpose. Like even as a child, people may have perceived you as someone who was going to go far, or you had a lot of promise within. I also feel like, do you know how some people, when they face with this devil energy, like difficulties, fear, challenge, it's like they shrink, right? Or it can make them kind of fall back on themselves, or not fully embody their boldest energy or their potential. You're seen as someone that nothing can dim that light. Yeah, you're also seen as someone who's not willing to dim your light or your potential or who you are to make other people comfortable. You do have a very healing energy as well. Like you are seen as a light worker. You are seen as well as someone that has a lot of depth and substance, even if you don't communicate that or outwardly express that to others. I also think for some of you, you may be viewed as someone who's very striking, or there's something very either unique about your features or appearance, or something about your energy that it lingers, right? Like it sticks in people's mind or on their energy where they can't fully forget you. There's just something very, I just heard captivating as well. Yeah, you may be very unique as well. And I'm getting this could pertain as well to your features or how you look, but definitely like how you carry yourself, maybe even how you speak. There's just a different energy to you when you speak versus when someone else communicates. So some of you as well could be powerful communicators. Your voice holds a lot of power. Yeah, you're seen as someone who's ultimately very powerful, but true power, of course, begins within ourselves, begins with self-mastery. And I feel like people recognize that you hold and carry that power. Okay, you have dolphins. Play, it's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. So you're viewed as someone that can always find your joy again, no matter what challenge you face, no matter how many times, the devil comes for you, metaphorically speaking. It's like you can always bring yourself back into balance and you don't allow those shadowy energies to limit you or to throw you off your path and your destiny. You have rising to Pleiadian frequencies, sacred bond, healing clear space for higher energies. Yeah, you're viewed as someone as well who's healed and is very healing. But again, what I was saying, it's like you're always elevating. You're always going to the next level. You're always expanding. There's a sense of perpetual growth with you where you're kind of growing, elevating, moving forward. I think as well, you inspire others. You're viewed as someone who inspires others to want to elevate themselves in their own lives to meet you on that level, and you're viewed as someone who will not lower your standards or lower who you are or how you operate to accommodate other people and their energy. And we have shadow mirror, deep healing, understanding, seer. So you have healing, clear space for higher energies with deep healing. But with seer, I already said it's like you can see through people, but some of you may literally be viewed as someone that has psychic abilities or psychic sight where you can see through things. It's almost like you have access to the higher realms or some sort of ancient knowledge or wisdom that helps you navigate your current circumstances. Again, people get this depth from you. Even if you don't speak to them, they know it's there or they can sense there's a lot more there or more to you than meets the eye. Okay, you have Sword of Truth. Freedom, warrior of light, stop holding yourself back. I also feel like you're viewed as someone that has a lot of freedom or you prioritize your own freedom. And part of how you do that is by not holding yourself back. And I feel like with Sword of Truth, it's like you can cut through the shadows, the illusions. Like if you have limitations, fears, self-doubt, it's like you know how to cut through that energy, move past it and continue forward. You're also viewed as a force of nature, someone that can't be stopped or can't be slowed down. No one can kind of sabotage you or get in your way. And once your mind is set on something, I feel like that's it. You have sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. You may be viewed as well as someone who lives a very healthy, holistic lifestyle. You take really good care of yourself. You're very conscious. I also feel like you're viewed as someone who will move away from toxicity, whether that be toxic people, habits. You're seen again as very high vibrational, that you carry a very high energy. And again, you're very healing to and for others, but you may focus a lot as well on your own healing. I keep hearing you're constantly growing. You're also viewed as someone, like if they were to meet you, say 2 years on, you've completely elevated and changed to who you were prior. It's almost like you frequently become unrecognizable to others, or they feel like, every instance they meet you or interact with you, it's like you're completely different again. You have Sedna with infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows with this Three of Pentacles. You're seen as very resourceful. Some of you could be frugal. You're good with money or you know how to stretch resources. But just in general, you're seen as someone who can, create abundance out of nothing, or you know how to, work with energies to attract more into your life. You have Isis, reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours with King of Wands. Yeah, very empowered. Some people may find you or view you as being intimidating, but that's partly because they can't get one over on you, and I feel like you can see through anything, whether it's manipulation or any type of tactic where they're trying to get under your skin, get a reaction, provoke you. You're just very steady as well. You're viewed as someone who's very grounded. I also am getting like you know who you are, and that's also why people can't really get a rise or get a reaction, because it's like it doesn't matter to you, right? What they're doing or what they're saying, it just doesn't really have much effect on you. It's funny because you literally have white Tara and then you have green Tara. So the name Tara could be significant, but we have healing, light, wellness, unfolding. Know that healing is a journey with 10 of Cups. Yeah, people know as well, like you've been on this healing path or healing journey, but for some of you, you may literally be a healer, especially with Merkaba. I feel like some of you, your energy is so potent and powerful that you have that healing effect on people around you. Also with these greens, I feel like you do have a beautiful heart chakra, but you don't connect with just anyone. You do have firm boundaries in terms of who you're interacting with or who you share your energy with. Okay, you have solar portal, being centered, balancing power, manipulation. It's funny because you have call back your power with balancing power. And I feel like for some of you, you've really worked on your solar plexus, but there's that energy again of leadership, empowerment. People can't sway you or influence you. And again, you're immune to manipulation. You don't play, you're also someone that doesn't play games. I feel like you're very forthright. You may be someone who is extraordinarily honest, and people feel, you might, for some of you, could just be very blunt and direct, and people feel like at times they may feel a little taken aback with said honesty, or that honesty may be a little bit overwhelming or disconcerting for them. But again, I feel like you'll speak your truth irrespective of how people perceive it, take it, or how they feel about it. You have a lot of integrity as well. Okay, we have awakening. Ancient knowledge, memories, connection. Again, people know there's this depth to you. And I keep hearing it's like they feel it when they look into your eyes, or there's something about your eye contact that communicates and expresses just how much depth you have and just how much life you've seen is what I heard. So I have solitude here. You're not afraid as well to walk this path alone. You're viewed as someone who, you're definitely not viewed as lonely. You're viewed as someone that, you know, enjoys their own company and isn't afraid to leave the pack, or because you may be viewed as well as like a popular loner or a lone wolf. It's like you're not afraid to leave the pack if you know it's right for you and your path. You're okay walking alone, especially if that will help you or aid you in creating your life, right? Your authentic life. You also have success. Yeah, so you're also viewed as someone who is very successful, or you're heading towards success. I keep getting independent, so there could be something about you choosing yourself or becoming more independent, which directly leads you into success. So there's something here around like choosing yourself, validating yourself. You're seen as someone that doesn't really need others. Right? Like you could be hyper independent, but it doesn't have to be to that extreme. I just feel like you know, if I'm going to be successful or happy, like it comes from me. It starts with me, and I need to create those own opportunities within my own being. And you also have mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. So you're viewed as someone that truly loves themselves on, good days and bad days. There's a sense here of having that love and self-acceptance. You're also seen as someone whose inner child is still alive, where you've kept that spark alive. There's still that creativity, that magic, that joy. And I feel as though you're viewed as someone who loves themselves unconditionally. I also feel like you are viewed as someone that may have very high standards for yourself, especially with this card sitting on success. They may have also seen you work towards success or this path of growth and seen you stumble and fall down and then get back up and keep going. Again, very resilient. Resilient and resourceful, I'm hearing. So you have divine timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. Again, some people may perceive you as, filled with trust and faith, and also very patient, because I feel for some of you this has been a long journey, or it's been arduous. there's been a lot of growth, but it's like you've never lost sight of your vision. I feel like you're someone that can keep very determined. You can keep working toward your vision, even if you have no signs in the physical that it's going to manifest or that it's, it's the right track. It's like you have that inner radar and compass that regardless of external phenomena or validation, you'll keep moving forward and keep living authentically. You're seen again as someone who lives and bases their life on inner validation rather than external praise. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 3. So how are you viewed? I feel like you're viewed as someone who's regaining your balance and your stability. With that Tower card, I feel like for some of you, you may have come out of some chaos or just energy that you needed to process within yourself, and it's like you're regaining your ground. And I also feel as though you're being far more discerning in regards to who you allow into your life. It's like you're only wanting connections or pursuits that truly align with who you are. I also feel like you're balancing out give and take, and you're allowing in, or you're only giving energy to people that give to you, who, people that show up for you. With wisdom of the divine feminine as well, it's like there's this I'm getting this energy of allowing, right? Allowing what is, and that particularly pertains to your relationship with yourself, right? Allowing yourself to be who you are, allowing yourself or accepting yourself in your own skin. There's something here about being more comfortable within yourself. It's almost like you're embracing all facets of yourself and it's enabling you to blossom, or you feel as though you're free to kind of grow, evolve, express yourself because of some of these changes you've made internally. With the Tower and the Two of Coins, like people may see as well, like you've cleared out your life, especially from like people or situations that weren't healthy for you or weren't conducive for your growth. I feel as though you're being viewed as someone who, is finding your own equilibrium, and again, not prioritizing. I want to say, I keep hearing not prioritizing people who don't prioritize you. So in the past, you could have been someone who had imbalanced connections, or and when I say connections, it could be connections, it could be like a job, a workplace. There's something here around being in an environment or environments around people where there was a lack of reciprocity, give and take, and it was throwing you out of harmony. It was almost throwing you out of balance internally. And it's like that may have ended, or you may have closed the door on that with the Tower. And it's like now you've created that stability and peace and foundation within yourself. With Three of Cups and the Star as well, again, you're seen or you're being viewed currently as someone who's very discerning with your connections. You're only allowing in those who feel guided, who are aligned with you at a soul level. It's like you're not entertaining people that, I just heard like chaos agents, people that bring in chaos or drama or toxicity. It's like you're not allowing that. And with Three of Cups and the Star, I feel like as well, you're learning, or Spirit is encouraging you to celebrate yourself. So you're being viewed as someone who's giving yourself more praise, more compliments. You're seeing the beauty in who you are and what you do. It's like you're recognizing yourself more freely. I also feel as well like you may be really focused on your mission with the Star here. It's like people may see you as following a higher path or following your calling, really listening to, higher guidance or divine guidance when it comes to moving ahead and what you want for yourself moving forward. Yeah, with Six of Pentacles and Page of Swords, I keep getting this energy of you protecting your peace or protecting yourself from people that take from you. Because with Wisdom of the Divine Feminine, part of that wisdom, right, is yes, being receptive, but also knowing when to draw boundaries, knowing when to cut off a person or situation that doesn't serve your highest good. It's like you're learning that ebb and flow or that give and take. I keep hearing you've mastered discernment. And in the past, you could have been someone that gave excessively, or there were people that kind of, wanted that energy or were kind of pulling on your energy, which made it difficult for you to set boundaries. And it's enabling you to find that equilibrium or find that peace within self, to find your center. I also heard freedom, so you're being seen as someone who is experiencing greater freedom. You also had surrender here. Release misaligned energies, retune to your truth. Again, you're viewed as someone where a particular, whether this is a connection or circumstance, has ended with the Tower, right? Because it was misaligned, because it didn't serve your highest good. And I feel like that's enabled you to get back to yourself. There's an energy here of like a blessing in disguise, or being grateful something has ended, because now you can remain centered and focus on what truly matters or where you want to go. And I feel like you're not allowing anyone or anything to throw you out of balance, or even to take your focus from yourself and your path and what really feels right for you. You also had Seer and Emissaries, dream for the new earth, time now for a magical life. Yeah, you're also being viewed as someone who's closed the door on the past or closed the door on a particular person, experience, so that you can start a new life. So you may be viewed as someone who's at the precipice of a new beginning, or there's a new cycle that's starting for you, especially with this Wheel of Fortune that's going to bring a lot of blessings. You're also being viewed as someone who's outgrown the past connections, or what wasn't working for you previously. You've expanded. I also feel like you have more clarity when it comes to not only who you are, but what you want. You may be seeing, I'm getting the number 9 repeating, but also I was getting the number 10. You may be seeing 10-10, because I'm getting that energy of closing out a cycle. Okay, so you have show yourself. Vulnerability, self-worth, feminine healing. Yeah. It's like there's no fear here of being your authentic self, of being vulnerable, of expressing yourself. I feel as though, if there was discomfort in the past with some certain emotions within or certain energies within, it's like you've reacquainted yourself with those aspects of who you are, and like now you're allowing them to show and to shine. And with Bleeding Heart, you're also seen as someone who has healed from something that has ended, or something that may have been disappointing, and now you're in a much better, I want to say, headspace. You're on a better trajectory. There's just a great energy around you, full stop. I'm getting that energy of, like, your energy could be quite addictive as well. Like, people are viewing you as someone who may attract a lot of people who kind of love your energy or want to be around you because of that energy. But it's like, you know when to kind of give and when to hold back. And I also feel like you're protective of your vulnerability. But I was getting that energy with show yourself and self-worth and feminine healing. And then you have wisdom of the divine feminine. Again, for some of you, you're healing your sacral chakra, you're healing from the past, you're healing your relationship with emotion and vulnerability. And it's like I just heard, feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. So for some of you, may have been in situations or circumstances where you felt like you couldn't be vulnerable or you couldn't share that truth. And that's what's changing as well. We have Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activation, Lemuria, Priestess Awakening with Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like the more you kind of deep dive into your emotions and this more, I want to say, free-flowing or softest aspect of self, the more your intuition is coming online, or the more you're able to hear your intuitive knowing. It's almost like you're unveiling, or it's like you're coming into contact with aspects of yourself you may not have known existed. There's certain information or wisdom or energy that was buried. So you're viewed as someone who's kind of unfolding or unraveling themselves, right? Or on this journey of self-discovery. Okay, you had focus, intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions. Focus on your target and you will make your mark with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel as though you're viewed as someone, again, who's starting a new life or has started a new life, a new cycle. I also feel like you're viewed as someone who's not holding yourself back in any way. Because for some of you, you may have had to kind of, go your own way or go in a new direction or on a new path to really, find this within yourself. And it's like you're with this focused intention, it's like you know where you're aiming or what your goal is. So for some of you, you've also become or gotten back in touch with or in line with what you feel your purpose is or what you want to do with your life. You also have blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Yeah, it's like, you know, when we accept and love every facet of ourselves, and it's like that's when we bloom, that's when we blossom. You're radiating this frequency of unconditional love. You have patience with yourself and you're not giving up on the path or journey that feels right for you. Okay, you have Lady Venus. Light activation, call to action, power surge, earth mission. I was already getting that. You may be working on your purpose or your mission, or that may be coming online for you. You're receiving more information around what you're here to do and what's next for you. And it's like you're only wanting to interact with people and circumstances that are spiritually aligned. You have earth mission with divine mission. Enlightened action, make choices from the heart. And it's funny, it's sitting above the star, which to me is that guiding light that is leading you on this path and this journey. Okay, you also have dreamscape. So again, we have a number 10. Dream work, subconscious, imagination. Some of you could be healing as well. I did say the sacral chakra, but I'm also getting like the subconscious mind. So you could be working with affirmations, subliminals, but I also feel, again, there's a lot coming through. You're viewed as someone that has a lot going on internally, right? Like you may be having prophetic dreams. You may be having an increase in spiritual phenomena, right? Like download, psychic sight, past life memories. I just feel like there's a lot resurfacing and there may be more within you than you even realized. Like it's like you're really getting in touch with those depths. Okay, you have galactic guidance, and now you have 18-9, so 9-9. Star family, assistance, cooperation, and we did have Sirius here. So some of you may resonate with being a star seed, but it's like you may be trying to attract or call in star family or those that resonate with you on a soul level, on the higher frequencies. And with assistance as well, I feel like you're working right now and cooperating with spirit. It's like the divine has their hand, you know, in terms of your growth, but also your life's path in general. Because with that Queen of Pentacles, again, I feel like you're focused on something that you feel is your calling or your mission in life. You also had release. So again, you're shedding. These could be wounds, past emotions, things that don't, you know, if there's doors closing with that Tower card, it's because there's something better that's coming in for you that is more aligned. So it may feel like doors are closing, but Spirit is saying it's actually helping you to blossom and grow into your highest potential and your highest path. And those people or situations and circumstances couldn't come with you. You also have love. But I feel with this Priestess Awakening and love, it's almost, this is love for self, right? Like I feel like the love you have for self is blossoming, and it could be like you close a door on something or something ends in your life, which enables you to experience more love for self. I also feel like there's an emphasis here on self-acceptance and feeling comfortable in your own skin and loving and at least accepting all aspects of yourself. Okay, you also have aging. I am one with unlimited love beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Yeah, and I feel like as well for some of you, you may be untangling your worth or your value from externals, right? This could be from external appearance. This could be from how other people perceive you or external measures of success. There's something here around going within and really determining how you feel about yourself. You could be also releasing or shedding like social conditioning or societal standards that don't feel aligned to you and for you. It's like I'm getting like internalized rejection where, you know, we receive messages, whether it be through media, through family, through other people, about, you know, who we are or how we should look or our value. And it's like you're kind of clearing all that out. So and seeing yourself as a divine being, as a divine vessel. And I feel like you're getting in touch with those deeper aspects of self. You also had perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. So yeah, I feel as though you're not afraid, because you're feeling more comfortable in yourself and your own skin. I feel like you're not afraid to make mistakes. You're not afraid to kind of allow yourself, to move forward and to change in a way that feels right for you. But for some of you, you could have had very harsh standards or expectations for yourself. You could have been, again, very perfectionistic when it comes to, whether it be how you look, how you dress, what you do, success. There's something here around letting go of really harsh standards and being more gentle with yourself. And it's like you're attracting in people that reflect the shift you've made in terms of your relationship within. Right? It's like your energy with yourself is so much more loving and gentle. And it's like you may be making space for your own emotions, right? And your own emotional needs. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Okay, group 4. So how are you viewed right now? I feel like you're viewed as someone that likes your own space, because I was also hearing the phrase like difficult to get or difficult to be around. You may also have a lot of people, I keep looking at this rose quartz and I'm getting like, you may have a lot of people that have a romantic interest or attraction to you, even if it's not reciprocated, because I feel like on your end, you may not feel that way or you may not be in that energy, but you may have a lot of people that find you very captivating. With initiation by air, I feel like you're also seen as someone who's highly intelligent. But it's like, can you see how this woman is blindfolded? And it's almost like they may be interested in you or they may be focusing on you, but it's like you don't even see them. You may be seen as well as someone that kind of lives in your own world, or it's like, I just heard untouchable or unreachable. It's kind of like they're showing me someone that kind of floats above. There's something here where it's like people feel like you're out of their league or you're not on their level. And again, some of this it could be in regards to, the attributes and qualities you possess, but I feel like some of it is energetic. You may very well be on a different frequency, and that's part of what they're picking up on. A lot of people may as well feel like you're their soulmate, or I don't know, like I just keep getting like rose-colored glasses. Like when people look at you, it's like, you see those cartoons where they have like love in they have hearts in their eyes. That's what I'm getting. It's like there's something here where people may become infatuated with you or just really love, it's something about your energy. They just really love, who you are, or they want to be closer to you. But there's something as well about you not being reachable or them having difficulty accessing you or accessing your energy, which makes you even more desirable. And again, I feel like you could have this effect on people, even if it's platonic. It doesn't have to just be romantic, but I was getting that energy as well. But it's just like it's almost like under your spell, you have an effect on people where it's like they can't shake the energy. But then it's like you're just kind of doing your own thing. You may also spend a lot of time on self-care. Again, I keep hearing rest, relaxation, meditation. Like you spend time just doing your own thing, going with the flow. I feel like you're not really concerned with them, but they're very concerned with you and what you're doing. Some of you could be a Libra here with justice and this initiation by air, or an air sign. But again, it's like you could have a very airy energy where it's kind of like I'm getting like a pixie or a fairy, where it's kind of like you float through life. There could be something very graceful around your movements, how you walk, how you speak. There's just something really beautiful about you. So with that Hangman as well, yeah, I feel like, but you may also have periods where you socialize or connect with others, and then it's like you're back in your this could be like your home or like your comfort zone, your healing space. I'm getting like a sanctuary where it's like you may need time to retreat and replenish your energy. You could be an introvert. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of people that want to give to you, but I feel like they want to give to you because you don't want anything from them and you're giving to yourself. It's like because you're so, focused on self and your own growth and evolution, it's like it makes you more appealing to them. You could be I'm getting cat energy as well. So some of you could be very independent, but you could also have like feline features, or there's something very regal about you. So this group, you almost have like God or goddess energy, right? Like there's a divine energy about you, but it's coming as well from your soul and your essence. People may want to see more of you as well, like with this eagle energy. Some of you could make great influences, or I don't know, like your energy on, I'm hearing the effect you have on other people should be studied. Like you just have a really profound effect on people around you. And they may not fully be able to put their finger on what it is that makes them feel this way, or what it is that, you know, has this effect. But again, you could be very independent. You may love your freedom, your own time to self, your own space. I just feel like you're not, I'm hearing you're really hard to get. With Six of Swords and Four of Pentacles and Death, it's like you're not afraid. You may not form attachments easily. Like I'm getting someone that's kind of, you may be seen, again, like a cat, like aloof, or there's a level of detachment. Like you're not afraid to walk away, and that makes you more, I just heard the phrase addictive. Again, I feel like you may deal with people that really like your energy. And again, this could be on a romantic level, but even on a platonic level, like if you were an influencer, for example, or people were able to have access or perceive you, whether that's through, you know, an online platform, a business, etc. It's like they may be really taken with your energy or find you very impressive. Okay, you have here Lemurian Egg, rest, reintegration of divine potentials, and with Six of Swords here, again, it's like you have a lot of opportunities or options. This could be in terms of connection, but in your life in general, you're seen as someone who could have it all or have anything. And that may make you a lot more selective. I also feel like you're not afraid to, again, you have rest, you have the Hangman, you have Four of Swords. You're not afraid to take time out. I definitely don't get with this group like an energy of rushing and trying to make things happen or trying to force things. I'm getting like a very like easy does it, slow and steady wins the race, like taking your time with yourself, with your life, just in general. You have Heart of Ascension, expansion, love for all, playfulness, release the past with Four of Pentacles. So again, with this expansion energy, I feel as though you can kind of move forward. You have no trouble letting go of people or the past. It's not hard for you to move on, I don't feel. With love for all, it's like you radiate the frequency of love, but it's impersonal. It's divine love. It's not targeted towards anyone specific. But it's like when people interact with this energy, they may feel it's like connection with them. Again, you may be someone who's had a lot of people have crushes on you or just really admire you, even on a platonic level. Yeah, and with Death and the Hangman here, it's like you're not afraid to end a connection. It's like you're always following your guidance or what feels right to you. And I feel like you don't really get stuck on other people and stuck in general. Okay, you have Make-A-Wish. Clearing comparison, surrender to magic. I also feel like you're someone who doesn't compete. You're someone that wants to evolve or be better than you were yesterday and be the best version of yourself. But it's like you're in a league of your own. People see you as, you know, standing out, you know, in terms of the crowd. Or you have, again, with surrender to magic, it's like you have this magic, you have this ethereal energy in nature that people find very captivating. You have Lyra and Stargate, personal power, healing entanglements, throat opening. Yeah, with healing entanglements, I heard you're not afraid to cut your losses and move on and to heal. But with throat opening and personal power, it's like you know your value, you know your worth, and I feel like that makes you even more attractive. You may not be afraid to speak up with justice. I'm getting that sword energy, like speak your truth, set boundaries, let go, like you're just able to continuously move forward. Okay, you also have Isis with past life. This situation involves your past life memories with justice. For some of you, the reason people do feel really connected to you, or some people can feel a very strong connection with you, is because you have known them in a past life, especially with justice, right? So you may have experienced some karmic connections or connections that stem from other incarnations. And it's like that love or that energy and attraction may have carried over from other incarnations. But again, I'm getting with Isis, there's this really powerful, regal, you know, energy. For some of you, it's almost like I'm getting like an Egyptian god or goddess. Yeah, and as I said, we have Bas with independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. That's what I was getting, right? And again, with this cat-like qualities, there's something about your independence, how you carry yourself, that, yeah, brings in a lot of opportunity, a lot of success, but makes you very desirable as well, romantically speaking. But just in general, it's like people want to be around you, or people want to be your friend, or they want to be in your energy. You also have Joan of Arc. All of these, you know, whether it be deities or ascended masters, there's this sense of, you know, very empowered feminine energy, right? And again, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, but there's this strong embodiment of the divine feminine, but in a really powerful way. So for some of you as well, I feel like you've been able to balance out masculine and feminine polarities within yourself. So we have sacred activists, do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. Yeah, with throat opening, stand up for your beliefs. It's like you're not afraid to speak up, share your truth. Some people may love your voice, listening to you. There could be something powerful that you communicate with others. You also have miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you. Expect miracles. People feel that miraculous energy when they're around you, right? Like there's something about your frequency where they feel uplifted, or they feel a higher vibration flowing through you and from you. You have adventure, innocence, play, discovery. Again, I feel like you're not afraid to be on your own, or you're not afraid to kind of take your own journey, walk your own path. Very, very strong independence here. Not only independence in terms of your actions, but you're an independent thinker. I feel like you don't think like others. You don't value the things other people do. You see the world on your own terms. You also had exploration. But can you see in both these cards in the depiction, it's like a portal. And I feel like people feel when they're around you like they're sucked into a portal, or there's something about their reality shifts when they interact or cross paths with you. So you're someone as well that brings a lot of change, or you're viewed as someone that can change someone's trajectory, change their future, change their energy. So we have exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless. Yeah, you're also seen again as someone that's very bold, free-spirited, empowered, powerful. You're also not afraid of the unknown, and I feel like you know you're limitless in the sense of you have great potential, that nothing can really hold you back. You also have change. I feel like you're not afraid to change, and you're not afraid to leave people, situations, settings that don't serve you. You're happy to walk away. And that could be disconcerting for others because they feel like, do you know how a lot of connections can be based on attachment, whether platonic or romantic? There's a level of having like a shared attachment, which can create that longevity in that connection, or both parties sticking around. There's something here where people may be afraid to have you in their life or have a connection with you because they feel like you may leave, or you're always on the move, on the go in terms of your own journey. You also had opportunity here. Some of you, again, I keep getting a connection to cats. You may love cats, you may have, like, again, cat-like qualities or features, but there's something here around cats. But with this change and opportunity, people feel like as well, whenever you leave, like when you leave someone's life, it's always onwards and upwards. You always attract in like a better partner or a better job or more money. It's like you're just kind of always on a winning streak, or there's something about your energy that attracts really good fortune and blessings. And I think some people feel like if you're in their life, those blessings or miracles or luck is going to rub off on them, like kind of via osmosis, where they're absorbing some of this energy and it changes their own fate. But to be honest, you may have had that effect on people in the past, like where they've blown up when they've been in your presence. So you have money. All my finances are now in divine order. Love itself knows my needs and is the source for all. I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. So you could be viewed as well as someone who's very good with money or has a lot of abundance that you've created for yourself, but you're definitely viewed as someone who's financially independent, or you work towards that aim, because I feel like having that financial independence gives you that freedom you need and that autonomy. You have true offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love, use me for the highest. I am yours alone. It's like you made this vow or a commitment to yourself, right? To your own soul. And that's what people are picking up as well. It's like no one can possess you, because it's like you possess yourself, or it's like you, the divine, the universe possesses you, right? Like you have such a strong bond with your own soul, with your own being. But I also feel it's like there's an ease with your life's path. Like people view you as someone who things always kind of appear at the right moment, things unfold in the manner they need to. You don't come off stressed at all. You know how to relax, you know how to take care of yourself, and you have immense confidence and trust and faith in yourself, so that you don't need to cling to certain people or circumstances. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.